Let me ask you something that most people are too afraid to say out loud. How do you actually know if the woman you're with genuinely loves you or if she's just there for what she can get? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. People can say I love you every single day and mean absolutely nothing by it. Words are cheap. Words are easy. What isn't easy, what you can't fake over a long period of time, is behavior. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. There are 7 specific things that women do when they are genuinely, deeply, authentically in love with you. Not things they say, things they do. And by the time we get through all 7, you're going to have a very clear picture of exactly where you stand in your relationship. So stay with me, because number 4 alone might completely change how you see the person you're with right now. Number 1, she wants to be seen with you publicly and proudly. Pay very close attention to this one, because it's one of the most telling signs of all, and most people overlook it. When a woman genuinely loves you, she has absolutely no desire to keep you a secret. She wants your friends to know you're together. She wants her friends to know. She wants to walk into a room with you and have no confusion about what you two are to each other. She is proud of you, and she has no problem showing that to the world. Now, contrast that with a woman who always has a reason why you can't come to family gatherings. A woman who gets uncomfortable when someone asks about your relationship in public. A woman who treats your relationship like something to be hidden away in the dark. That is not love. That is convenience. And you deserve to know the difference. There was a time a man had the audacity to ask a woman to be his secret friend. Not a girlfriend, not a partner, a secret. She told him directly, I am nobody's secret. If you cannot stand next to me in public, we have nothing to discuss. And she was right. It later came out that he was married. The secrecy was never about protecting the relationship. It was about protecting himself. If a woman loves you, she lets you into her world, her real world. Her friends, her family, the people who matter most to her. She introduces you not because she has to, but because she wants to. Because you are someone she is proud of. That is the first sign. Number 2, she makes sacrifices willingly and without keeping score. Real love requires compromise. That's not a romantic idea, it's a practical reality. 2 people with different habits, different preferences, and different rhythms trying to build a life together will inevitably have to bend toward each other. The question is, does she bend? A woman who genuinely loves you doesn't always need things to go her way. She doesn't approach the relationship like a negotiation where she's trying to lose as little as possible. She genuinely asks herself, what does he need? What would make him happy? And then she acts on it. That doesn't mean she abandons who she is. Of course there are boundaries and non-negotiables that every person has the right to hold on to. But outside of those lines in the everyday fabric of a shared life, she is willing to adjust, to compromise, to give something up so that you both win. That willingness is love in action. When you find a woman who does this naturally, without resentment, without tallying it up against you, later hold on to that. It's rarer than you think. Number 3, she cares about the people you love. This one reveals a lot about a person's character. When something is wrong with your mother, your brother, your closest friend, does she ask? Does she remember? Does she check in a week later and say, hey, how's your dad doing with that health scare? A woman who genuinely loves you understands that loving you means caring about the things and the people that matter to you. Your worries become her worries. Your family becomes a priority to her, not because she has to perform that role, but because she genuinely wants to be a part of your full life, not just the convenient parts. The woman who disconnects the moment your problems extend beyond just the 2 of you, who shows no interest in your family, who never asks about the people you care most about that woman, is emotionally isolated from you in a way that will cost you deeply over time. Love is inclusive. It reaches beyond just the couple and wraps around everything that makes you who you are. Number 4, she adapts to the rhythm of your life. Here is something nobody talks about enough. Every person has a rhythm, a natural pace and pattern to how they live. When you wake up, when you wind down, how you decompress after a hard day, how you like your mornings. These things feel small, but they shape everything about daily life together. When a woman genuinely loves you, she doesn't demand that you abandon your rhythm to accommodate hers. She pays attention to how you live. She looks for ways to sync with you, not to override you. Maybe you're an early riser, and she's not, so she meets you at the gym before your day starts. Maybe you like to wind down earlier than she does, so she adjusts her evenings to give you that time together before the night ends. This kind of attentiveness is quiet, but powerful. It says, I see how you live, I respect it, and I want to fit into your life the same way I'm asking you to fit into mine. That's partnership. That's the foundation of a relationship that can actually last. Number 5, she is your loudest supporter. It doesn't matter whether she met you at your highest or your lowest. A woman who genuinely loves you becomes your biggest fan, full stop. She celebrates your wins like they are her own. She talks about you to other people with pride. And if anyone tries to diminish what you've built or what you're working toward, she will defend you without hesitation. There is something profoundly grounding about having a partner who genuinely believes in you. Not because they have to, not because it's their job, but because they have watched you up close. They know what you've put in, and they think the world of what you're becoming. A woman like that doesn't just feel good to be around, she makes you better. She raises your ceiling. She makes you believe that the version of yourself you've been chasing is actually within reach. That kind of support is not decoration in a relationship. It is the spine of it. Don't settle for someone who is merely present. Find someone who is in your corner. Number 6, she fights for the relationship, not just for herself. This is the sign that separates someone who loves you from someone who just loves the idea of having a relationship. A woman who is genuinely invested in you begins to think in terms of we not constantly, but consistently. She looks for experiences that include both of you. She invests in the growth of the relationship as its own living thing, not just in her own satisfaction. She doesn't walk away the moment things get difficult. She doesn't bail when the version of you she gets isn't the convenient version. She sits with the hard moments because she understands that love is not a feeling that stays constant. It's a choice you make over and over again, especially when it's difficult. This doesn't mean she loses herself. A woman who fights for a relationship while losing her identity in the process is not thriving, she's disappearing. The right version of this is a woman who holds on to who she is, while also choosing, every day, to show up for the two of you. That balance is everything. Number 7, she actually listens to you, not just hears you. Listens, there is a difference that most people underestimate. We live in a world of noise. Everyone is talking. Very few people are actually listening. And when you find someone who puts down what they're doing, looks at you, and genuinely takes in what you're saying, not to respond, not to fix it, not to make it about them, but simply to understand you, that is a form of love that goes deeper than most people realize. A woman who genuinely loves you remembers the small things you mentioned 3 weeks ago. She circles back to things you were worried about. She notices when your energy is off before you've said a single word. She pays attention to you as a whole person, not just the version of you that shows up in the good moments. If you have a woman in your life who listens to you like that, who makes you feel truly heard and seen, do not take that for granted. That kind of presence is what most people spend their entire lives searching for. So there it is. 7 signs that go far beyond words, far beyond grand gestures, and far beyond what someone says they feel about you. Love is not a statement. Love is a pattern of behavior that shows up daily in sacrifices made quietly, in support given freely, in listening that makes you feel like you matter. If the woman in your life does these 7 things, you already have something worth protecting. The only question now is, are you showing up the same way for her?